Lesson 101, number 18. It's a show problem. I actually had some trouble with this one. So secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So I went down a wrong path by, well, just ignoring that it was a reciprocal. I made a lot of mistakes. And then after I realized my mistakes, I went back and I rewrote this problem as 1 over, see how this is, secant is the reciprocal of cosine, so I wrote it as 1 over cosine A minus 1, and then 1 over 2 cosine A. Okay, so I'm going to just skip down to where I rewrote it as reciprocals. Okay, so secant 2a is the same as 1 over cosine 2a. And then that's the minus 1 from the original problem. And that's the 2 from the original problem, and the secant 2a, actually I think I turned it into a's because your formula sheet has a's in it. It started out with x's, so when you write your answer, write it in x's. Anyway, this is secant 2a. Okay. Now, from here I thought, well, I could get a common denominator right here. So if I write the 1 as cosine 2a over cosine 2a, that gives me the common denominator. So it ends up looking like this. Right? It's 1 over cosine 2a minus cosine 2a over cosine 2a. But I didn't cancel those out. It looks like I did. I canceled this out. Because down here, if you bring this up, flip it upside down, then this one and this one cancels out, then you have 1 minus cosine 2a over 2. 1 minus cosine 2a over 2. Okay, so now I can go back up to my little list. And since I had that 1 minus cosine 2a over 2, and since I want to end up with a sine squared a, I chose this bottom one. Okay, so I'm going to replace cosine 2a with 1 minus sine squared a, because that was on my list of replacements for cosine 2a, or identities. Now I'm going to distribute the negative 1. So that makes this 1 cancel out, and it gives me a positive sine squared a all over 2. And then cross out the 2's, and voila.